vanogara vachingotimbirira vachingoti ivo ndo vanowina saizvese sekunzwa kwatinongoita vanongoti ivo vakatowina kudhara hatiziye but tinongokumbirawo kuti vachamisa dai vahwina tambosiyawo kutengesa masaga nemapepa tatambura tanzwa maindastiri avhurwa vari kuenda kunovhura ana Deuta vakavhurwa kudhara vachisiya maindastiri arimo mukati umu akavharwa.
People are campaigning freely. You are doing you exercise your right as a citizen of Zimbabwe. So for President Idi Munanga, he managed to make this happen. If it wasn't for him, I'm telling you, it was difficult for us to express ourselves. But he have come up and say no. He have opened everything for Zimbabwean citizens to choose their leader.
This phone is reaching its sell-by date. Well, these are the first elections where Robert Mugabe is not a candidate for Zanu PF, and for the first time in 18 years that the main opposition has a new leader. Morgan Tsvangirai's death in February of this year led to the ascendancy of Advocate Nelson Chamisa, a young 40-year-old candidate for the MDC Alliance, coalition of 7 parties. It's really exciting. There's an energy which we haven't seen for some time. I still think... Well, there has already been a significant amount of re-engagement, although very much in the sort of wait-and-see kind of environment. Yes, this is a critical stepping stone. Credibility, of course, is going to be contingent on a whole range of factors, and I think the biggest factor is going to be what the turnout is, and whether the turnout is reflected in the outcomes as well, and that those outcomes are regarded by and large as credible by the key parties. It's really exciting. Well, I think the biggest concern for many people have been sort of legacies of fear that are still very much present. If one looks at recent surveys that have been conducted, you can see significant numbers of the Zimbabwean population don't trust the institutions. I still think Mnangagwa's incumbency gives him the advantage in this situation. And there's real concern that Chibanga is... There's also a fear that the election process will be manipulated, the outcome will be manipulated, fears that the military in particular will not accept the results. Now, these fears come from a long-term experience of intimidation and coercion, the politics of what I've called elsewhere a guided democracy in Zimbabwe, where people are expected to behave in a particular way. It's, I think it's really exciting. I think there's an energy which we haven't seen for some time. Now, we've seen since November some shifts away from that and a greater sense of freedom, particularly from younger voters. And it's very significant that about 60% of the 5.7 million Zimbabweans that are registered are under the age of 40, have never known anything but Robert Mugabe and Zanu PF in power. So, and many of them very, very hungry for something new.